Welcome to the Valdiran Ruins. In the year 2660, Castle Valdir was besieged by Greenland's and Drakenland's forces. The year prior, 2659, House Valdir assassinated King Alric Greenwood in an attempt to lay claim to the Valdiran forest. The castle and house were decimated, and Lord Fina Valdir was put to death by King Godfrey Drakenhof. But the ruin does not sit empty, as it's been inhabited by a sect of vampires who have made the castle into their own, slowly but surely obtaining influence and thralls to do their bidding. This sect is led by Lord Victor Drakenthal, who slowly has built up his influence on select houses within the Drakenlands. His plan is clear. Convert all noble lords into thralls and claim the Drakenland's throne for himself. Welcome to Alric's Hold. "12 years after the fall of Castle Valdir, Alric's Hold was founded. During the Valdiran War in 2660, the Kingdom of Greenlands was having a lot of trouble infiltrating the Obscured Wilds. The Obscured Wilds had many lakes and rivers, which made it difficult to maneuver scouts, and allowed the Valdirans to harass the scouts from a safe distance. A year after the fall of Castle Valdir in 2661, the Greenlands started plans for an island fortress. The reason for this fortress was to cover the connection point between the southern side and the northern side of the Obscured Wilds. They named the fortress Alric's Hold in honor of their murdered king, Alric Greenwood, who in 2659 was murdered by Fina Valdir. Welcome to the ruins of Castle Nightshade. Prior to its fall in 3565 AOR, Castle Nightshade was a great place of study as it housed the biggest library in Vagrum. However, the leader of Castle Nightshade, Lord Dulgar Nightshade, dug too greedily for knowledge, and said knowledge corrupted him. In the year 3560 AOR, Lord Dulgar met an individual that would lead him to creating a portal to a forgotten dimension. This portal was activated in the year 3565 AOR, and it unleashed a torrent of demons into the world of Vagrum, spelling the doom for Castle Nightshade and its leader. It is still unknown how the portal was closed, but to this day, Castle Nightshade remains inaccessible. The Greenlands is now feature complete, and today I'm going to be showcasing the entire build, including the stuff outside of the city. Let's get into it. Let's start here. The Green Keep. sporting 7 floors, 13 bedrooms, 4 of which are barracks, a great hall, throne room, armory, food stocks, a temple, a massive bathhouse, a treasury, a war room, and it also has a trebuchet on the roof. Moving on to the city, it has 113 furnished buildings, 10 warships and 5 merchant ships at port, 2 shipbuilder buildings, 4 guild buildings being the Arena, the Fighters Guild, the Lamplighters, and the Masons Guild. There are also 9 shops, being the butchery, blacksmith, clothes shop, postal service, antique store, grocer, an inn, a bakery, a fishmonger, and we also have a jail. The Lush Meadow is definitely one of my more eye-catching areas, as you can see that it's completely covered with flora. We have 4 castles along the coast of the Lush Meadow. Their location and design are all important to the defense and readiness of the Greenlands. The 4 castles belong to 4 important families: the Thorodals, Blackwoods, Lochmans, and Green Ridges. Let's start with the Green Ridges. This castle is owned by the custodian, Lawrence Greenridge. Floor number 1 has 2 food storage areas, 2 armories, 2 bathrooms, 2 natural hot springs, 2 barracks supporting 60 men, and a throne room. Heading to the 2nd floor, it has 9 bedrooms, 1 castle-sized linen closet, and a storage area. Heading up into the tower, we have a secondary barracks, a guard area, and a gate to access the roof. And finally, heading all the way up, we access the custodian's bedchamber. Welcome to Castle Lochman. This defensible fortress hides unimaginable wealth, as Lord Charles Lochman is the royal treasurer of the Greenlands. His duties as royal treasurer requires the storage and management of vast amounts of wealth. And for the final showcase, I bring you Blackwood Castle. This castle is very different from my usual design, as I was aiming for a more realistic look, and I think I achieved that with this build. The lore of the Greenlands is important to designing builds in my world, and it's also important to keeping said builds grounded in a reality. Each of these castles has a name attached, government assignments, personal objectives, people who live there, and backstory, and I think having lore is useful to building on a project as big as mine. I have been perfecting this build for 5 years. I've spent hundreds of hours dedicated to Azeroth Kingdom. I rebuilt entire biomes to make it work. Built and rebuilt entire mountainscapes over 6 times. I lost 10 hours of work in 2021 due to not properly updating my backups. But I never gave up. I built it back better than before. But now it truly is time to see the final iteration after 5 years of iterating. Introducing the White City. Welcome to the Citadel. This castle stands alone upon this mountain with a single purpose: containment. The Citadel is strategically placed for the best defense. You may notice a very bespoke trebuchet design, as it's been built on a moving platform for easier target acquisition. In times of war, the gates would be sealed and the walls manned. The Citadel guards the most important location in my world, the Forgotten Labyrinth. This mind-bending maze is a series of tunnels, traps, and puzzles that has locked away something great and terrible. 3 years is how long I've been working on my Minecraft world, with builds in it that are up to 5 years old. But one thing that is often not mentioned in these videos is the true size and scale of this world. Today, we rectify that. The world of Vagrum is a custom continental-sized planet with a large percentage of the area being taken up with water. On this planet, there are 2 continents, Continent 1 and Duramar. In the depths of the ocean, there are 2 sizable islands and a small water reef. In my world, there are 6 sizable cities: Drakenhof City, the Greenlands, Azeroth Kingdom, Khadgar, Baldur, and the city of Duramar. There are also 27 castles in the world. We have 4 custom dimensions that are all big enough to be Minecraft worlds in their own right: the elemental planes of air, water, fire, and earth. The world of Vagrum is set in a high fantasy medieval genre with a long storied history. Currently, the world is in the Age of Kings. The year is 2893, but my lore document goes back to the year -1 million and is 41 pages long. If any of that interests you, subscribe, as I will be continually uploading monthly content in this world. It's time for Phase 3 of the World of Vagrum. Before we talk about where we are going, let's take a look back at where we came from. Phase 1, constructing Vagram's continents, pasting builds from the old world to the new world, adding new cities, developing a living, breathing world. Phase 2, bringing all major builds to the same standard of build quality, full finished interiors, good-looking exteriors with a realistic mindset on how the people of this world would live and what they would need. And now, it's time for Phase 3. The question I posed for myself was, where to go next? I considered swapping to the world of Zobruxis, a world mostly known because of my hardcore series. But after considering it for a while, I decided not to do that. I considered going into the 4 custom dimensions that I made, but I came to the same conclusion. That wasn't what I wanted to do. So what is Phase 3? As this world grows in size, more areas are discovered. An entire new continent will be revealed on the 15th of December. The idea is that instead of moving from one world to the next, the world of Vagram will truly be my forever world. And when I itch for new terrain will be discovered. Phase 3 will cover the entire build process of this new continent, from the design of the continent itself to the builds on that continent. And that is everything I got up to this year. Before I end this video, I have a few things to say and some data to uncover. But first, I want to talk about my favorite and least favorite video that I made this year. This is going to be a new thing I'm going to be doing on a yearly basis. Talk about the highs and also talk about the lows. So my favorite video of 2025 that I made is called The Deep Dark Scares Me. This is episode 11 of my hardcore series. And it's something that kind of snuck up on me as I was trying to really find my footing on how I wanted to do the hardcore content, and that episode was a defining episode on how I did content from there on to episode 26, the mini episode that I did, which was the last episode of Minecraft Hardcore. I could actually go back and watch myself, which is kind of rare. I was really happy how the music turned out. I felt really tense at the start, and it kind of felt like there was a crescendo, there's an arc to the video, and I was really happy with it. We're out. We're out. Speaking of my least favorite video of 2025, as we went to the high, let's go to the low now. My massive medieval tour. This video was a 19-minute video where I was no voiceover, no editing, just a little bit of audio editing, no music. And it's basically like an ASMR-esque tour of me walking through in Minecraft of my build called the Greenlands. And I know where I was coming from with it, but I think it fell flat, and the audio was completely scuffed. It's still up there. I'll have both of those videos linked in the description so you can have a watch for yourself. Anyway, on to the data. So this is something I like to do every year, so I actually have it on video. So here is the data. The timeline is between the 7th of January 2025 to the 18th of December 2025. And for reference, this is being recorded on the 26th of December, and it'll be uploaded on the 30th of December. So we've posted a couple more shorts before that, but it's fine. Anyway, so we have created 524 individual recording files, totaling 3.33 terabytes of footage, which is crazy, by the way. That's almost 4 terabytes of footage just recording, talking to myself. And you've probably seen like 90, you can't even say it as a quarter. You've probably seen about 5% of that. The total recording time of that 3.33 terabytes is 400 hours, 20 minutes, and 40 seconds of recording time. Now onto the data that you guys can actually see, which is how much stuff I actually posted this year to the YouTube channel. Number one's going to be videos. 35 videos were posted to the channel this year. It's a little deflated because I changed schedules in between it, and I also moved and drove across Canada, Newfoundland to Alberta, during this year, which huge hamper on my whole ordeal. But 35 videos for the entire year. As for shorts, we posted 150 shorts compared to last year, which is 227 last year. So we posted 75 less, right? I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of shorts I posted. And I'm also pretty happy with the amount of videos I posted, even though it's less than last year, which was 68. For Instagram Reels and TikToks, so it's 117 Instagram Reels and 132 TikToks. So we're closely catching up to the amount of shorts I have posted. Obviously that means I have about 16, 17 shorts remaining until I'm out of content for Instagram and TikTok as well, but we're fine for right now. And those platforms were started this year as well. And finally, for my final point of data, makes me pretty sad, but 49 live streams. Compared to last year, I had 133 live streams. Yeah, it's sad. I wish I could be streaming right now. I wish this could have been the stream. It would have been great. But unfortunately, once again, I'll reiterate, I can't stream because my internet is not sufficient. I guess the last data set would be viewership and stuff. Obviously, we hit 1,000 subs this year, which was massive for me. And just to give you guys the details on how many subs we had gotten this year, we got 500, 499 to be precise. Now, mind you, jury's still out. I could get 1 sub in the next 4 days. Who knows, right? But 500 subs in the whole year. Thank you very much. My God, it was a big achievement for me. For viewership, we got 345,000 views on YouTube. And for watch hours, we had 2,100 watch hours. Now, I should mention the data that we got on the other platforms because those are actually more than what we got on YouTube. So I didn't actually have the data on hand, so I just had to spend 30 minutes finding the data because it's a little crazy. For TikTok, we're just under 100,000 views. It's 98,000 video views. This data is kind of crazy. So it is between 669,000 and 945,000 views. The reason why it's a little iffy is because you can't actually get the full data set from Instagram every 90 days. After that, it's yeeted from everywhere, right? But in one of the months, I had 500,000 views on Instagram. Instagram has been popping the F off. Instagram's been doing great. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, now that that's all over, let me just say a final time. Thank you so very much for watching the channel, enjoying the content, liking it, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel. I hope everyone enjoyed all the videos for this year. Remember that I have a very strict schedule that is posted every week to the YouTube post sections on this channel, and I'll tell you everything that is happening. Every time there's a change with YouTube channel, YouTube posts are where it is told to you, where you're notified. So, on January 30th will be our next video, and it's all going to be Minecraft, of course. But, yeah, until then, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. I worked really hard on just trying to get it all together, and that was everything that you saw was from this year, and I hope you enjoyed. But till next time, have a good one.